The Insta360 Flow 2 Pro was released a couple of months ago, and since Insta360 sent it to me, I've had a little while to play with it. So in this video, I'm going to highlight several features that make the Flow 2 Pro worth considering if you're looking for a good smartphone gimbal. So one of the biggest features of the Flow 2 Pro is definitely the AI tracker that you can get with the AI tracker bundle, or you can buy it standalone. Plus, you have the Pro Framing Grid, which lets you set where you want your subject to be in the frame, and then whilst your subject is being tracked, that framing will be maintained rather than your subject just constantly being in the centre. One of the other advantages of the Flow 2 Pro's AI tracker is the fact that you can track multiple people at the same time. So rather than the framing just focusing on the movement of one person, it'll take everyone into consideration so that everyone stays in the frame. If you film solo, then the Flow 2 Pro has a few hardware features which will actually make your life easier. So when you want to film yourself and get the best quality footage, which typically comes from the rear camera on your phone, if you use that rear camera, you can't really see yourself and make sure that you're framed up. So on the Flow 2 Pro, Insta360 has added a selfie mirror so that you know that you're correctly in the frame as long as you're in the centre of that mirror. What's more, there's also a built-in extension rod that you can extend so that you can get a wider field of view if you're vlogging, and also great for just shooting creative B-roll. It also has quite a sturdy built-in tripod so that you can set your camera down when you want to be hands-free. And because the feet are actually quite long, it is quite sturdy. So there was another gimbal that I tried out and it was a little bit windy, to be fair, but it still didn't feel as secure and the gimbal did actually fall over. But with this, because the feet are longer and they don't feel as flimsy, it's definitely a lot sturdier. Also, I absolutely love the fact that you can get this MagSafe camera mount, because it just means that you don't have to faff around with the normal clip that you usually get with gimbals, and this magnet is pretty strong. But not only that, it also doubles up as a phone stand, so you can just keep this on your phone and it's just good to go whenever you want to use the gimbal. But then you've also got that stand as well, and I have found myself just leaving this on my phone because it's so low profile, you don't really notice that it's there, so that was definitely a good addition. It's also incredibly strong, so it doesn't feel like it's just going to come off the phone. You know when you want to get shots that are just at a slightly awkward angle, or even just a really low angle, or even shots that give you more creative angles to your footage? Being able to put the Flow 2 Pro in what's called tilt mode is awesome. I personally love to do shots where you reveal a scene in a specific way, and one of those shots is called a jib shot, and this gimbal makes it so easy to do in a way that feels natural to hold the gimbal whilst also doing the movement. There is one thing that I'll say about the free tilt mode is that I'm left-handed, but I have to use it in my right hand because of where the gimbal kind of tilts in order to use it properly. So if I used it with my left hand, it'd be a bit awkward. So it'd be nice if you could put it around the other side so that if you are a lefty, then it's not so awkward. I mean, I can hold it in my right hand, but it's just not a natural way of holding it because I'm left-handed. But yeah, that would be nice. If you're using the tracking module and you want to move around freely in the frame, then having a gimbal with 360 infinite panning is so incredibly useful because you know no matter where you go, you'll always be tracked. It's one of those features that if you don't have it, you quickly notice it when you move around the frame and you go to the different edges, and then it has that limit. But yeah, with the Flow 2 Pro, you don't have that. So one of the things that I do want to try is how the tracking is, because I'm going to walk in that direction and go a little bit far out and see how well the tracking keeps up with me. And I'm going to go behind an object and then just see if it picks me up relatively quickly and if it's quite smooth as well as I get further away and then get closer to the camera.
With the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, you can make use of the tracking with your phone and the native iOS camera app without the need for the tracking module. And it's not just limited to the native camera app, you can use this with more than 200 apps in your camera. And it's basically using the one-tap NFC pairing to enable tracking with DockKit. However, you do need to have an iPhone 12 or later, but yeah, with DockKit, you have seamless iPhone integration. So if you do video calls, live streams, that kind of thing, you can fully use the tracking. What I will say though, is that if you actually use the Insta360 app and then you use Active Track 4.0, then you just have more features when it comes to the tracking as well, kind of like I mentioned earlier. Another great feature if you film solo and have an Apple Watch is the fact that you can control the gimbal and your shots from your watch. So you can do things like frame up your shots, start and stop recording or take photos, start and stop tracking, and also use the crown to zoom in and out. So it's really convenient if you film solo again, or if you're just not in arm's reach of the gimbal. Another feature that you might find useful as well is the fact that you can control the Flow 2 Pro from a completely different phone. All you have to do is generate a QR code on the main phone, scan that code from the other phone to set up the connection between the two devices. Then, once you have that connection, the second phone will serve as a preview and a control interface. You don't even need the second phone to have the Insta360 app installed, it'll just work without it. The Flow 2 Pro also supports reverse charging, so it's got two USB-C ports. So you've got the input, which allows you to actually charge the gimbal itself, and then the USB-C output, which allows you to use it as a power bank, so you can charge up your phone, whether you're using the gimbal or not. So that's very handy when you've been filming with your phone all day. And it also means that you can charge up anything else that you want to as well. So in terms of compact smartphone gimbals, the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro is definitely worth considering if you want something that's going to make your life easier when shooting content either solo or with multiple people. And if you want to see which bundle is going to suit you the best, then I've dropped a link in the description so that you can check that out.